Hey, it's Marty Duda here at the Austin City Limits Festival Day 3, and look who I found. It's Marlon Williams. Fancy that.
Hello.
How's it going, man?
It's going great.
Excellent.
You're a sight for sore eyes, Marty. It's
And
good
the
to see
same.
you.
You sounded great. I did catch your set just a little while ago. People were blown away. I don't know. Can you tell people's reactions? Like
Not really. I don't
their
really.
jaws were like dropping.
Sort of going through my own thing at that stage,
Right.
So it's just, I sort of have to rely on people to tell me whether we're right in the real world, as opposed to just in my world. But I had a good time. I had a good time.
It was very cool. And you have Dave Kahn and Ben and all
the boys.
guys with
Yeah.
you. It's pretty cool to see you guys. It's like a long way from the wine cellar, but
Yeah.
there you go. So you've kind of been on the road for what, like 3 weeks now?
Yeah, about 3 weeks.
And you just had a nice write-up in Rolling Stone for the Americana Fest in Nashville. Tell me a little bit about that.
That was cool. It was interesting going and playing. I find the idea of genre specificity so interesting. So it was to go along to an Americana festival and see what the lie of the land was and how we fit into the picture was really interesting.
And how do you fit into the picture?
I don't know.
All right. And did you catch up with Tammy?
Caught up with Tammy. Yeah, we had a lovely dinner with Tammy and her family and her band. The day we were both playing at the same time, unfortunately, so we missed each other. But we had a good catch up.
Excellent. I see you got a haircut as well.
I've had a haircut. Yeah.
Is this your summertime due?
I was on tour when I was last on tour in the States. I kept getting a haircut. I was down to about here, and I kept getting haircuts and like over and over again. Every city I'd go get a haircut, so it became a bit of an expensive habit. It's not one that musicians normally, have a problem with, but for me it was haircuts, so I had to just get rid of it all.
Off it goes.
Yeah.
It's definitely the weather for it here.
Yeah, I feel comfortable.
So how do you feel about performing in a festival like this?
It's great. That they're not always the most easy things to navigate, festivals of this size, but this is it's all pretty contained and the crowds are great.
Just walk on through. That's all right.
So this one's really, really good.
And I see you did a new song in your set. So that was exciting. This is the reason that I traveled 10,000 miles, so I could hear the new song. Are you on a writing spree, or what's going on?
I'm on a writing trickle at the moment, and I'm hoping to turn it into a flood. But it's been a while since I properly had an outlet, so I've got a lot of time off over the next few months to try and find that space and hit the stride there.
And have you got an idea of kind of what you want to do as far as?
It's all up there at the moment. I've got loose ideas, but it'll sort of paint itself, I think.
And when you're traveling around in this part of the world as opposed to hanging out in New Zealand, does it affect how you're thinking about how you're going to approach the next stage in your musical career? Or you?
Not really. I'm sort of, I'm very insular when it comes to that sort of thought process.
Right.
So it'll happen when it happens, and it'll be. I'm sure things will trickle into the process, but I'm not sure.
Now I saw you're doing quite a few interviews around the press area here, and I'm kind of curious as to what kind of questions people have for you, because they know you're from New Zealand, and there must be some kind of.
Well, they always
curiosity.
ask me how to pronounce Māori.
Oh yeah.
Before.
I'm still trying to figure that out. I've lived here for 22 years. So.
There's, I found myself yesterday doing an interview, giving like a full Māori, when did Māori settle?
Right.
And,
so you're running through the whole history.
Yeah. So that was interesting, and there's a lot of that, and in that they also, they're very interested in what Americana or country music means to us as New Zealanders, and that's always an interesting topic to talk about. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's interesting how they travel back and forth, but it seems to be a natural thing.
Yeah.
So, in fact, the Americana Fest is happening in Auckland right now at the Tuning Fork.
That's right.
While
Yeah.
we're here. So.
Of course.
Anyway.
Go figure.
All righty. Well, so you're going to be back here again on the next weekend. So what are you doing in the meantime?
Well, we've got a show in LA on. Lovely. On Wednesday.
Right.
At the Troubadour.
Cool.
It's a famous.
It is a
famous in the history of venues.
It's like James Taylor and Carole King and
all those LA dudes. And then we're working up the West Coast to Portland and Vancouver, and then got a couple of days off in between, and then we're back here.
All right, and when are you back in New Zealand?
I've got a couple of days off after this, the next weekend, and then we're playing out on the weekend in Melbourne, which is a festival there, and then I'm back for like 3 months back home.
Excellent. Well, thank you for taking time to talk to me.
Always a pleasure, Marty.
Yeah, it was great to see you, and I'll catch you again next weekend.
Oh, great.
Bye.
Cheers.